European markets have rallied hard since the low point in June. Now they appear to have run out of puff, waiting to see what the next move from the central banks will be, starting with the US Federal Reserve tomorrow and a hugely anticipated speech from Ben Bernanke. David Buik from Cantor Index joins us from London. David, good day to you there.
And good day to you, Tiki. Hope you're well.
We're all good this end. Now, look, halfway between us, the action's going on in China, isn't it? We've got Angela Merkel, Germany's Angela Merkel, meeting with Premier Wen Jiabao. Boeing is going to do well out of it with a couple of deals. How well is Europe going to do out of it?
Well, I think in a very charming way, the Chinese Premier Wen slapped Chancellor Merkel's wrists very charmingly, saying this debt crisis in Europe is weighing heavily and deeply on the rest of the world's recovery. And I think he made himself unambiguously clear. And I think that's the greatest message they get across. You get the impression, Tiki, that China's happy to support, whether it's the bond markets in Europe or whether it's by giving them big orders, whether it could have been Eads rather than Boeing or whoever else, when they feel Europe is getting its act together. Now, as we know, Germany is easily the biggest exporter in Europe by a country mile, and Germany has got its act together. But there again, that's not the real problem. The problem is Club Mediterranean, and that's what's really dragging everybody down. Now, every time we think we're getting close to some sort of deal, we get something else like Mario Draghi suggesting that the ESM, which is going to be the mechanism by which the liquidity will be supplied to ailing governments and banks, should be given banking status. And of course, Chancellor Merkel says no, because it's against the EU treaties.
Yes, there was a big standoff there, literally in the last couple of days, with Mario Monti obviously piling in as well. But again, it is a standoff. And I now see today that business confidence in Europe has hit a new 3-year low for August.
And it will continue to do so, because there is, whether it's true or not, because this is a highly complex issue, Tiki, there's no doubt about it. But we've had this issue now for 3 years, and inertia has set in, and there seems to be no way that we're getting any closer to dealing with these problems than we were 2 or 3 years ago. Now, those people, of course, at the IMF and at the EU and at the Euro, at the ECB would tell you this is nonsense, but it's not coming across as a clear message. And we're starting to see these bond yields at the longer end creeping up again. We saw 2 days ago that Spain's banks had lost £59 billion or 74 billion euros in 1 month, which have gone towards German and other banks. This isn't really the kind of message you expect when you think confidence has returned. And as we've said many times, they've got to get a grip on this to make sure that the statement is made, starting with is Greece in or is it out? And what role is the ECB going to do, and what role is the SM going to do? And we're waiting for Godot, and we've waited too long.
Yes, we're waiting for Godot, and we're also waiting for the Jackson Hole pronouncement from Ben Bernanke. I mean, what is the expectation? Is Ben Bernanke going to tweak anything?
Well, I think Ben Bernanke has already indicated that quantitative easing 3 is not far away. Now, he will not spell it out in a beautiful mountainous resort in Wyoming. But I think we can take it that if we don't get anything on the 13th of September, which is really the last date of the Federal Reserve meeting, the FOMC meeting, the 13th of September, because after that you're getting too close to the presidential election and it could be perceived as being political. Now, there's no question that the first 3 months of the US economy saw 500,000 jobs created, and then we've been flat planing ever since, and unemployment refuses to go below 8%. So even though growth has come in at 1.7% for the year, which is better than some people expected, if we're going to select another gear,